All right. Hello, everybody. Hashtag show Greg Evans here, also known as Nerdy Vet 574. And I have a special guest with us today. We are going to be talking about one of my favorite things, toys and collectibles. We have Zach out here from Diamond Select Toys and Gentle Giant. And we're going to be discussing some of the pre-orders that are coming out from Star Wars, Marvel, you name it, and some of the stuff that are available in your local comic shop stores here. So, Zach, welcome. Glad to have you aboard and talking some of our nerdum with us.
Oh, thank you so much for having me on board. It's great to be here.
Yep. So obviously, like I said, Zach here is the marketing merchandise manager, correct? Or marketing
Yeah,
manager?
marketing director is the title, but I do a lot of different
Uh,
stuff, a lot of copywriting and things like that.
yep. So he's here for Diamond Select Toys and Gentle Giant, and it's always great to talk to Zach, see what's coming out. Obviously, there's a lot of great. If you guys don't follow them, you should because there's so much stuff coming out. Especially if you're a Star Wars fan, Marvel fan, you name it, it's coming. So we're going to jump onto the Star Wars bandwagon here first and talk about some of the new releases. And I know, Zach, you guys just announced your holiday bust for this year, which is pretty exciting, which we'll pop that up right now. So if you want to talk a little bit about our little Jabba buddy here.
Sure. This is exclusively for Premier Guild members. This is the 1/6 scale off-world Jawa bust with the Mudhorn egg, gift wrapped for the holidays. He does have light up eyes, and that's why he's a little bit more expensive than usual. He's going to be about $150. And we do have a non-holiday version that we're offering as well to the general customers, which will not have the ribbon on the egg. But that one will also have light up eyes. So it's a really great piece, and it's a really great episode of the series.
Yes, it is definitely, and I love the little bow on there. It's a nice little touch to it. Mando might like it, getting it better to them that way, but but then we're going to go into another pre-order piece that I'm actually pretty excited about.
Oh, me too.
Admiral Akbar. Tell us a little bit about this one.
Again, 1/6 scale, so he's probably a little over 12 inches tall, standing on that step there. And I think. I can't remember if he comes with an interchangeable hand, but he's definitely it's a great looking piece. He's one of my favorite characters. I have a couple different figures of him, and he was the only figure I ever had when I was a kid. I only had one Star Wars figure, and it was Admiral Akbar. So he has a soft spot in my heart.
Nice.
But yeah, no, I'm really excited about this one, and it came out looking really great.
Yeah, definitely a great figure. When I saw this one, I got pretty excited about it as well. Then we're going to roll into another great one from the Book of Boba Fett. If you want to talk a little bit about our good old Wookiee here.
Yep, Chrysantan is up for pre-order now. He will be coming out, like Akbar, I should mention, coming out probably summer of 2023. So I believe this one is also 150 because it's a little bit bigger than our normal busts. But he's, again, a really great looking piece and should be on the website now and summer release.
Yeah, definitely a good looking piece there. Obviously, introduced in the comics, then in the Book of Boba Fett. So excited to see, what future Star Wars has for him. It's always nice to have some Wookiees heading our way. So, and then we go into the animated series, the Clone Wars, with the Mace Windu piece. Now, this one I really like as well. If you want to talk a little bit about good old Mace here.
Sure. This is the part of our animated style series of busts. Those are 1/7 scale instead of 1/6 scale, so they're a little smaller. Usually they're a little bit more affordable. It depends on the character and the pose and things like that. I believe this one is around 100, but this is definitely based on Clone Wars, and it's just a really great portrait of him. I'm a big fan. Another probably early summer 2023 release. I think we offered it maybe a month or so ago. So keep an eye out for that one to hit probably midsummer
Nice.
of next year.
Yeah, the Clone War busts are some of my favorite ones, especially the animated with Rebels and everything else as well. I mean, it's hard to see in the background, but I have a whole row of those guys back behind me. So it's definitely I'm excited for this one to add to the collection and go for there. Now this one, I love it. We're going to your concept pieces again, which you guys announced yearly. So you want to tell us a little bit about this beautiful bust right here?
Sure. This is a Black Friday, Cyber Monday exclusive on our website. This was created a while back, but we weren't able to have it in time for San Diego, which is where we usually offer our concept pieces. So we're offering it on the website for Premier Guild members.
Yes.
So this one is available now for pre-order if you are a Premier Guild member. If you're not a Premier Guild member, you can still join, and I believe you can still order the exclusive busts and statues that we offered for this year's membership. I'm not sure when that cuts off, but I believe we are still taking orders on those. So, and the membership runs until I believe June 30th. So a lot of perks with that, but this is one of them, being able to order the Starkiller Hero bust. Yeah. So I love this piece. I'm a big fan.
Yeah, definitely. I love the concept pieces, and especially when you get into those concept lightsabers and stuff, they're pretty interesting and pretty beautiful as well. Now, for also some of you also realize that there's more than just Star Wars with Gentle Giant and Diamond Select Toys. You know, they also have a great lineup of Marvel stuff as well, which we're going to jump into here next. So obviously, you know, She-Hulk brought us back our good old buddy Daredevil, and it looks like that we're going to see a lot more of him here in the near future as well. So the first thing we're on the show is the Daredevil bust that's going to be available as well for pre-order.
Yes, this is part of our Legends in 3 Dimensions line. It's a half-scale bust line. They're all about 10 inches tall or so. I believe this one was sculpted, but they're all designed by Joe Allard, who does the designs for the entire line. I'm blanking on the sculptor for this one right now. Rocco Tardamella does a lot of our sculpts, but for the Legends in 3D line, a lot of our likeness sculpts. Not sure he did this one though. But the bases of the L3Ds are some of the best parts because they're very detailed and they always reference the character. So in this one, it's a church spire with some weeping angels, and it's just very, very cool. So I think Daredevil fans are going to get a kick out of this. And this is our second Daredevil bust we've offered in as many months. We offered a 1/7 scale one, which is also very cool. But the half scale, certainly, the half scale busts have a lot of presence. They're really nice big pieces.
Yeah, they are. I got a couple of those in the collection as well. Love the half scale bust. Definitely very well detailed. I think the Stay Puft is my favorite one. But yeah, Daredevil, can't wait for the new series. So this is a pretty exciting piece that's heading our way here soon. And then you can never go wrong with Green Goblin as Pumpkin Bomb. So you want to tell us a little bit about this one?
Sure. This is from our line of animated series based busts. We did one of our flagship lines for a long time was our Batman the Animated Series line. And then when that ended, we went over and did the X-Men the Animated Series. And now we're working on Spider-Man the Animated Series. And this is probably the 4th bust in the line, not counting variants. So we've had Peter Parker. We did a couple different variations of Unmasked, a Spider Sense version. And then we did Mysterio and Doc Ock. And this is the next one, Green Goblin. We do have more in the works, but this is the newest one. This is up for pre-order now. I think as of last month, it's up for pre-order. And it's based on Spider-Man the Animated Series from the 1990s. So it should be coming out again, probably late summer.
Yeah, definitely a good one to add to the collection for the Spider-Man fans out there. And if you're looking for Spider-Man stuff, Diamond Select has a ton of it. So make sure you check out their website for that as well. Then we're going to the action figure line. We're kind of jumping ship from the bust and the statues. You want to tell us a little bit about this one?
Yes, the Iceman figure has been a long time coming. We've been working on X-Men characters. Well, the Marvel Select line of action figures is actually 20 years old. And when we started out, we were making like very specific category of characters, like Ultimate characters, Ultimate Comics, and Marvel Knights. But that slowly spread to X-Men and Avengers, and people have really gotten into our X-Men line because we've made probably 10 or 11 different X-Men at this point. We don't have as quite the prolific output as some other lines, but we try to put a lot of love and care into our figures. So having another member of the X-Men is always a big event. So having Iceman here with his ice slide is very cool, and he's going to come with some interchangeable parts too.
And then also in the action figure line, we have Blade heading our way as well. Now, what's nice about this Blade, as you guys can see, obviously you have him with his teeth showing here, but we'll also show him up close here. So he has interchangeable head. You want to tell us a little bit more about this action figure?
Sure, yeah, we're still pinning down exactly how many weapons he'll come with, but he's gonna come with a lot of weapons. He's got a lot of holsters on his body that we're gonna be filling up with stuff. Um, and we do have the interchangeable head there. Iceman will have an interchangeable head as well. I think you showed the one with hair on it. We're also going to do a bald head, and I believe we're also going to do the interchangeable belts on Iceman for his inhibitor belt and his regular X-Men belt. But Blade is going to have the interchangeable heads and a ton of weapons. You can see he's got a scabbard on the back for a sword. He's got some stakes on his leg. He's got a couple of gun holsters for different weapons, knife holster. So he'll be pretty well armed to take on vampires when he comes out.
Nice. And now kind of jumping outside of the Marvel world a little bit. Another action figure that's new that I saw that's available for pre-order was going to let you talk about, and for somehow it got skipped on there. So let me find. We'll talk about that. But Monster Girl, go ahead and talk about that one, and I'll bring up that picture here.
Sure, yeah. Monster Girl is the first deluxe box set in our Invincible line. Invincible, of course, based on the animated series on Amazon Prime. We've offered 3 series so far. 2 of them are out in stores, and this is going to be not really series 4, but the first deluxe box set. So this will come. This is Monster Girl. I believe her name is Amanda. I could be wrong about that. Monster Girl, she has in her girl form, she's a young girl, but when she turns into a monster form, she gets younger in her human form. So when she changes back, she's younger than she was when she became the monster. It's kind of a sad superpower because she keeps getting younger and she can't really control it unless she just doesn't turn into the monster anymore. But with great power comes great responsibility. So she still does it. She fought with she joined the new Guardians of the Globe, and so she's a card carrying superhero and sort of a love interest to a robot, who is another character that we did. He was in series 2.
Yeah. So a lot of great pre-orders out there. Is there any other pre-orders that I didn't show that you would like to talk about today while you?
I'm not sure how much of the wheelhouse it is, but Jean-Claude Van Damme, we recently put out our first gallery diorama of him, our sculpture, and but we're working on an action figure of him as well. It's up for pre-order now. It's going to have interchangeable regular and screaming heads, and I think some other interchangeable parts as well, and that one's going to be coming out in the summer. So definitely look out for that. We're going to do more with Jean-Claude Van Damme. We've got some other versions of the action figure coming. We're going to do some more gallery dioramas. We had great success with our Bruce Lee line. We still have a couple products coming out in that line as well. A new gallery diorama, some Kato action figures, and we're expecting that to do well for Jean-Claude as well. He's got a huge fan base, and there just isn't a lot of Jean-Claude Van Damme product out there. Very few of his movies ever got action figures. I don't think there are any products except for some really high-end figures that were done just based on him and his life. So I'm expecting there to be a lot of interest in it.
Nice. And then I know I didn't post up here, but I'm very excited about the Transformer statues you guys have coming out, which I can't wait to see those. If you guys haven't checked those out yet, go to Diamond Select Toys, check out the Transformer under their fandoms. It's unreal. They're just beautiful. They're definitely going to be some great pieces to add to your collections as well. So pretty excited about that. And also Gargoyles. You guys got some Gargoyle pieces coming out too that I got to see at New York Comic Con, or talk about at New York Comic Con and stuff. So I'm pretty excited about that. But
the first one should be coming out pretty soon. Actually, Goliath should just hit our warehouse, so he'll be shipping probably first thing in the next new year.
Nice. That's definitely a beautiful piece. A lot of great stuff. Check out their websites for the pre-orders. But now we're going to talk about some of the stuff that you can get now in your local comic shops and on the website as well. And also want to take a break to actually pause to say thank you to one of the local shops that help us do this show, which is TRG Toys and Collectibles. You can find Diamond Select Toys and Gentle Giant items there. So make sure to go to trgtoys.com, check out their items as well. But yeah, let's talk about what we can find at those things. We're going to hit back with Star Wars again, and we're going to talk about a beautiful piece that I was excited about when I saw hit the stores, and that's good old Captain Rex here. So there's obviously interchangeable parts with Rex as well, with helmet and without. So Zach, go ahead and talk a little bit about Rex here.
This is one of our 1/7 scale statues. We do a lot of 1/6. A lot of fans are diehard 1/6, but for a lower price point and a slightly smaller scale, we can do a lot more interesting, secondary and tertiary characters that maybe don't get as much love, and specific moments and costumes from different movies that make sense. So like say Leia in her Bausch disguise, or we have a Mace Windu coming up who's going to be in the 1/7 scale. We've actually have a few different statues coming up from Attack of the Clones in that scale as well. But this one is based on his Clone Wars appearance, and he does have the interchangeable helmeted and unhelmeted heads. And it's a really nice piece. I'm not a huge follower of the animated side of Star Wars. I prefer the live action stuff, but it's definitely a good looking statue and a great representation of him.
Nice. And then the next piece we're going to jump into again is, I mean, it's hard to say that there's a bad piece because there really isn't. And this piece is just amazing looking as well. And, especially after, the Obi-Wan series, going back and then we're getting back to older Obi-Wan, and just hello there. There we go. Obi-Wan is now available in your local comic shops. Go ahead and introduce us to good old Obi here.
Sure. This is obviously Ben Obi-Wan Kenobi from the original A New Hope. Right before his fight with Darth Vader, and he is 1/6 scale. So again, he's probably a little over 12 inches tall, not counting the lightsaber. And he is, I think they've really nailed the likeness of Alec Guinness, and not sure what else to say. It's been out for maybe a couple of weeks at this point, but it's definitely a piece to look out for. I think it runs about 200, which is pretty standard for our 1/6 scale statues, 200 to 250, depending on the size and complexity of the character. But definitely a great addition to any 1/6 collection. We have a lot, that Akbar is 1/6, and we have a lot more 1/6 pieces that are coming up, including Boba Fett from The Mandalorian and a couple other big, nice 1/6 characters.
Nice. And now we're going to jump into the jumbo figures a little bit. One of our favorite Siths, which had such a short time, was kind of cut in half. Well, I guess that was a pun there. But obviously Darth Maul jumbo figure, which adds to your great jumbo figure collection line, which will be Ahsoka also coming soon, which we'll talk about in a little while. But talk us a little bit about the Maul jumbo figure.
Sure. He's got the removable cape, and I believe... And we don't have any good pictures of it. And it just shipped recently. I haven't gotten mine in yet to play with. But he should have a double telescoping lightsaber. Not a double telescoping lightsaber, but two telescoping lightsabers, end to end. Yeah. So he's so the blades are retractable on the large lightsaber that he has. So I think that is out now. I think it shipped to stores in the last week or two. But it is definitely one of our cooler ones that we've done in a long time. We've started to recently expand the jumbo category to include more characters that weren't part of the original 97. Yeah. So we've got the concept pieces we've been doing. We're going to do more concepts. Han Solo is coming up very soon. We just did a park exclusive Luke in his Yavin gear, I think the Red 5 Luke just shipped as well. I think that was a web exclusive technically. So a lot of great jumbos coming out recently, and that's the latest one.
Yeah, the Star Wars line has just been unbelievable. I mean, they just keep cranking it out. There's so much stuff I'm excited for. The Ahsoka stuff coming, the Mandalorian stuff. I mean, you guys have it just nonstop. I feel sorry for a lot of wallets in this galaxy right now because it just keeps coming. But now we're going to jump over to the Marvel side again and talk about some of the items that are available. And first off, we'll hit right here with the good old Doctor Strange.
Excellent. Yeah, no, this is one of my favorite pieces of late. It's they did a really great job with the likeness. The paint is really spot on, and this is a fairly inexpensive piece. This is a PVC diorama, so they run about $50. Some of the prices are going to be going up to $60, but I believe this is one of the ones that we offered at $50. It's meant to. I believe this is specifically from Multiverse of Madness, although I'm not sure. I'd have to check and see if he's got the gem in his Eye of Agamotto.
Wow.
But it's a really great likeness. There's a kind of a companion piece that's going along this, which is our WandaVision Scarlet Witch, where she's kind of hovering above some runes and in an energy column. And they're both really great pieces. I believe that they had the same sculptor. And this one is available now. Scarlet Witch should be out pretty soon. But no, I've got one of these myself, and it's a fantastic piece.
Yeah,
And you can't beat the price, really.
No, not for the dioramas are just unreal. Like the just great pieces, great prices. You can add them so easily to your collection. You don't realize how many you have to your out of space. So the next one here, if you want to introduce us to Cyclops, I can't talk right now. This piece is unique. It's kind of different. You're looking from your standard, your Marvel people, and now you pop this one in here, which is a beautiful piece. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Sure. Psylocke is one of my favorite X-Men, and it may be because I love the color purple, but I don't know about that. It may be other things. But she's got the purple hair. She's got the blue outfit. I came into reading X-Men, around the time Jim Lee was starting out, and he really, reshaped her in such a profound way.
Yeah.
That her original look was pretty cool too. But this is has become such an iconic look for the character. Yeah, we've done a lot of X-Men in this line. We've done some really nice ones. Beast, it was a really great piece. What did we do more recently? We've done a lot of X-Men statues, but not a ton of X-Men PVC dioramas. We did a Jubilee that was very nice.
Yes.
But Psylocke is one of the few X-Men we've done in that scale. It's about a 1/8 scale, I would say, the PVC dioramas. So, and again, that's a $50 piece. It's a really good looking statue at about 10 inches tall for $50. So, I'm a big fan of the gallery line, and then that piece in particular.
Right, now we're going to jump over to the action figures again with the Marvel Select line and with Vision here. If you want to tell us about good old Vision.
Sure. Vision just shipped to stores, I think, in the last week or so, and he's got some really cool accessories that he comes with. He's got an interchangeable angry head, and on the angry head, the gem it's not a gem in the comics, but the solar nodule, whatever it is in his forehead, actually it was removable, and you can plug in a blast effect that comes out of his forehead. It's probably one of the smaller pieces we've ever made for a Marvel Select figure. It's a little tiny gem. It slides in and out. But it's he also comes with an interchangeable left hand, I believe, that has a energy blast, and interchangeable open palm right hand, and also an energy disc that's designed to make it look like he's phasing through an object that fits around his wrist when you remove the hand. But he's a really great looking figure. I believe it was sculpted by May Thamtarana, who is pretty well known in the Marvel Select and Marvel Legends sculpting collector community. So it came out really nice, and I've been playing around with mine a lot. I like taking pictures of my toys and posting them on Instagram. So Vision has definitely been in a couple of photo shoots with me.
Nice. So Marvel-wise, any other ones that are hitting stores that you'd like to talk about?
Sure. Red Hulk hits this week. Beta Ray Bill should hit. It's hit some stores already, but I think it should be hitting more stores before the end of the year or early next year. We're still waiting for some more inventory to come in. So there was a limited distribution of that piece. So if you haven't gotten it, you should still be able to get it. And after that, I think the next one's going to be Apocalypse, or either Apocalypse or the Super Skrull. Not the Kalert Super Skrull, but the Illuminati Super Skrull, who has all the powers of the Illuminati. So those two pieces, I think, are going to be jockeying for position. I know we just finished the packaging on Apocalypse, so but both of them should come out in very early next year.
Then we're going to talk about a couple other franchises here before we end our great interview today, which I could talk probably hours about all this stuff. But now we're going to hit G.I. Joe line here with Storm Shadow. Want to tell us about this piece? We're going to talk about the Minimates as well. which is exciting too. So.
Oh, great. Yeah, the Storm Shadow Gallery diorama is meant to sort of it's a great standalone piece, obviously, but it's also sort of a pair with our Snake Eyes Gallery diorama. We did two versions of Snake Eyes. One was the classic comic cover, what was like I want to say comic colors, or action figure colors, where he's very dark, and he's leaping off of a snowy landscape with his sword over his head. We did a cartoon colors version as well, which is a little bit lighter, and we changed the snow to grass and explosions. But it was very clever how they did it. Actually, I thought the painter did a really great job of changing it from one thing to another. But the regular release Snake Eyes is on a snowy landscape, like he's chasing down Storm Shadow. So it's a really great piece, and you can see Storm Shadow throwing some throwing stars, and he has a really detailed backpack as well. The Storm Shadow backpack is a thing of beauty. It's got all sorts of great goodies packed into it, and this one I think has all those details as well.
And then we go into the mini mates line of GI Joe, which I love these little figures, especially with these card backs and everything on it. You want to tell us a little bit about this?
Sure, I'm a huge mini mates fan, and this is the first time I think that we've done a blister carded mini mate. We've done a lot of different types of boxed mini mates, different types of boxes, single boxes, 4-packs, 10-packs. We've done a lot of different packaging types, but this is the first time we've blister carded them. So we have 4 blister carded mini mates in a Foot Locker, which is open on one side so you can see them all. And then it opens fairly easily, and then you can take them out. The blisters aren't resealable, so if you open them up, you have to. If you want to put them back in, you got to do it carefully. Cut a line around the blister and pop them out and pop them back in. But I think it's worth the trouble because the card art is obviously classic and really great, and the mini mates come with so many great accessories and are so much fun to play with. So it would be a crime to leave them in the package, but it'd also be a crime to throw away the package. So you got to figure out a way to make it the best of both worlds.
And then we'll jump over to the movie franchise and gaming franchise as well, Uncharted. If you want to talk to us a little bit about this figure.
Sure. This is Tom Holland as Nathan Drake, and this figure is out now. He comes with the Book of Magellan's Journeys and 2 different versions of the cross. And he's a really great, really posable figure. Again, another figure I've been taking into the photo studio and playing around with.
Nice. So, well, that's pretty much it for what we were going over today. But obviously, I can't let you go without asking you. And I know sometimes you can't answer this, but what do we have to look forward to? And I also have to ask, are we going to get any more Star Wars action figures coming our way? Because I know we've had some great things with the Star Wars line there. I'm going to put you on the spot. If you can't answer, you can't. But I must know, do we have more coming?
We have more designed and I think even sculpted, but I think we're just waiting for the go-ahead from Disney Store, because that's a Disney Store project. Yeah. So once we have go-ahead from them, we can put some more out. We definitely want to make more, and but Disney Store is a way to go with those. So we're just in a little bit of a holding pattern, but hopefully there'll be some more development soon. And as far as other stuff coming up, there's a lot of cool stuff. Where we're just about to announce a bunch of stuff for the next month's worth of solicitations. One of them is a new Marvel Select, another member of the Fantastic Four, which we left uncompleted for a long time, but now we're going to complete it. So another member is going to be showing up this next week. And we're going to be doing some more stuff with our AEW wrestling mini-mates line, which maybe not in the wheelhouse of your viewers, but I'm excited about it. I watch wrestling, so I'm a big fan of the AEW stuff. We're going to be making more mini-mates, and I'm pretty excited about it.
Actually, the wrestling's been picking up, and with a lot of our writers and editors at the hashtag show, a lot of them are really big into it. So it's kind of nice that that it's really picking up, and we're seeing that line from you guys as well. So again, Zach, I want to thank you so much for your time today. And always enjoy talking, this stuff with you, especially what's coming out and going. I know the piece I'm most excited for, coming up is obviously, you got the Ahsoka piece coming here soon, which I'm very excited about, the Ahsoka jumbo figure. And then obviously anything Boba Fett, I'm always excited about coming this way. So again, everybody, Zach Oat from Diamond Select Toys and Gentle Giant Ltd. Make sure you go check out their website, everything going here. Again, I want to thank TRG Toys and Collectibles for helping us broadcast and do this show. And also you can follow me in the Nerdy Vet 574 at the hashtag show.com. and all social media is at NerdyVet574. So again, I want to thank you all, and we'll have Zach back soon. We'll talk more collectibles. It's always a pleasure, and everybody, may the force be with you.